Caio Borralho is opening the pay-per-view main card this weekend in Rio de Janeiro of UFC 301, and he's fighting Paul Craig in the middleweight division. First of all, Caio, absolute honor talking to you. How are you doing?
Oh, very, very honored to be talking with you, brother. I'm doing very good, cutting some weight, enjoying Rio de Janeiro. Life is good, brother.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, you're fighting in Rio. Last time you fought in Sao Paulo. Uh, it, it's in Brazil, but is there a big difference between fighting or preparing and fighting in Sao Paulo or in Rio de Janeiro? I don't know about the climate or whatever. Is there a big difference?
Well, I think the climate, the weather is like the same thing, We're used to the weather in Brazil. But it's a little bit different because all the history that Rio has with MMA. Rio is the mecca of MMA in Brazil, and I think we had amazing pay-per-view cards here already, including with Jose Aldo that is still that is in this card too. So I just want to feel the energy, the crowd energy when I come in, my walkout and everything. I think I'll be 100 times more energetic than the last fight. So I look forward to it.
Yeah, last fight was a fight night. This time it's a pay-per-view. Big stakes, man. You're fighting Paul Craig. Finally, you're getting the ranked opponent you've asked for a long time. You're ranked yourself now. What do you think about the matchup against Paul Craig? I mean, we all know he's a very dangerous guy on the ground, definitely off his back. He caught a lot of people with submissions while he was behind on the scorecards.
Mhm.
At the same time, you're a very good fighter on the ground as well, and you have proved that already, and I really want to know how you look at this fight against Paul Craig, man.
I think it's a great fight, because just because Paul Craig is ahead of me in the rankings. So I'm always looking forward to the top, look forward, and I don't want to face any guys that is behind me. So I think the fight makes sense. I think it's a great fight. I think Paul Craig is a very dangerous guy with his back on the ground. He already finished some great guys, some top guys in the light heavyweight division. He's coming from a loss to Brent Allen, but he won from a top guy, Andres Sergipono. So I think he's very dangerous. I think he has some traps in his game, but I don't think he's prepared for what I'm bringing for him. I just studied his entire game, and I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt too, so I know where I'm going. I've been training with them in Maya for the past 7, 8 years, so I know where I'm going, where I'm putting myself on, and I just gonna try to make this fight standing. But if he wants to go to the ground, try to pull guard as he always do. I'm just gonna pressure him and show him my jiu-jitsu a little bit.
Yeah, man, I think it's a great fight. And if you look at the complete card in the zone, I mean, there are so much talent and also established name on the card. You have, like you said, Jose Aldo is on the card, obviously. You got Pantoja defending his belt, but you got big talents like Vitor Petrino, like yourself, well, Michel Pereira, who is also up and coming. You got and let's talk about your two teammates who are also on the card, Jean Silva and Mauricio Hufi. What do you expect
Yeah,
from them, man? Also very talented guys.
man. Jan Silva has 12 victories and 10 was in the first round. And Mauricio Hufi has 9 victories and 9 knockouts, and I think 8 in the first round. So these two guys, we expect first round knockout. Like we were the entire camp expecting a triple bonus. Like all three of us win some bonus and maybe get this bonus to 100K. So it will be 100K for them, 100K for Hufi, 100K for Jean, and 101K for me. So we put 301K.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, man. I gotta tell you this, by the way. I have a podcast, and we always do like a underdog pick. And if we have underdog pick, we have a button where we put our hands on it. Then you hear woof woof, and we have the Jean Silva woof woof as as the sound.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
this is nice. I'm gonna tell him.
I,
I'm
I
gonna just send me the link of your one of your podcasts so I can send to him.
I'll
See, he's
let you
gonna
hear.
love it.
Yeah. That's your teammate.
This is crazy. He's gonna love it.
Okay, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, your team is very up and coming as well. I mean, during the contender series, I think you had three guys on the contender series last time. Two guys got in the UFC. Four. Who did I
Four
miss?
guys, and three got into
Prates.
the UFC.
I forgot
Yeah,
Prates actually. Yeah,
yeah,
and he's doing also very well. So I mean,
very good.
what's in your team? What you can tell me in the fighting nerds? Why are you at this moment are upcoming and so good? You're actually the guy who started it, in my opinion. You know, and all the other guys are following, but they seem very good as well. How can you explain it a little bit? Because you're closer to the situation than I am, obviously.
You know, we approach this game differently, you know. We are more professionals than all the other guys, you know. We're facing this game as in a different way, you know, like studying all the time, you know, and trying to develop our mind games too, our mental part, you know. So we pay attention to the details that maybe some people don't pay that attention, you know. So maybe that's why we are kind of different, and that's why we're kind of having this success, you know. And we have right now, like, it's just 2 years that I did my debut in the UFC, you know, only 2 years, and we are already with a team with 7 UFC fighters. And I think this year we have like 3 or 4 more ready for the contender series. So we're just waiting the opportunity to keep showing the world that we are one of the best teams in the world, you know.
Yeah, it's awesome, and I always love it to see that there are more and more teams are coming up, and your team is definitely one of the teams I'm having my eye on, obviously because of the last couple of years that you have so many talents over there. Um, we're talking about the Paul Craig fight. Obviously, you think you're going to win that fight. Where do you think that fight, the win, will put you after this?
Uh yeah, for sure. I think after I KO him, this is gonna make my name even bigger in the division, even bigger in the sport. You know, I think it can put me to another level, to put me on a star level if I get a after I get a great knockout. So that's what I think. I'm gonna keep climbing the rankings, keep doing my thing, little by little, and by the end of 2025, I'll be with the belt around my waist. That's my plan.
Awesome, man. I have two more questions for you. One, I read that you really love to play video games. I
I
want to
love it.
know what are your favorite video games to play?
I love Call of Duty, bro.
Yeah.
This. I think actually nowadays, for the past years, is the only game I play. Only
Okay.
Call of Duty all day, all the time. Only Call of Duty. I don't even have any interest in other games, you know. But now I heard the UFC is gonna put me on UFC game,
Yeah.
so I'll need to buy it and keep start playing with myself. This will be a dream come true for sure.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Uh, yeah. The final question, and I asked it to every Brazilian fighter I interview. I've asked it to Ariane Lipski, to Vicente Luque, RDA. You guys have so much legacy, so much history in Brazil and MMA. Um, I want to know from you, your personal, do you know the Mount Rushmore in America where you have the four president hats and can you give me your Mount Rushmore of Brazilian fighters who, in your opinion, are the best ever?
So Anderson Silva for sure. Rodrigo Minotauro for sure, Jose Aldo, Demian Maia, and Mauricio Shogun Rua.
Okay,
I
we
think
made
this the best five for me, you know, top five.
top five. We make an exception. It's the Mount Rushmore five, not four for Caio. So
Yeah,
we
I'm sorry.
no problem. No problem. Caio, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it, my man, and wish you all the best. Or obviously on Saturday in your fight against Paul Craig, and hope to stay in touch. And thank you so much, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Take care.